Hello everyone, welcome to Clarity for Sure and AgriClarity YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the IPBS AFO 2025. Yes, you heard it right. It is all about our IPBS AFO 2025 preparation. What are we going to discuss? We are going to discuss some of the important details related to this exam, which actually includes your important dates for 2025, eligibility criteria, exam pattern, syllabus, application process, cutoff analysis for the past 3 to 4 years. After that, post selection, what will be the responsibilities and duties of AFO? What will be the salary and perks for an agriculture field officer? What will be the career growth? And last but not the least, we will be also discussing about the preparation tips to ace this IBPS AFO examination. Okay, this video is both for the freshers and also for the veterans who has their dream to become an AFO officer. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. First, the IBPS AFO exam will be conducted by the Institute of Banking Personnel Selection, that is your IBPS. It conducts this recruitment for agricultural field officer under its specialist officer cadre. So there are around 5 to 6 specialist cadre under which AFO is one such post. Okay, and it is a scale 1 post. Okay, the mode of application for this process is online. And what will be the selection process? See, the selection process for this exam is divided into 3 stages. That is your preliminary examination, mains examination and your interview. You have to note that preliminary and mains examination will be conducted through online mode, whereas this interview is an offline mode, that is a face-to-face interview. Okay, so it is a blend of both online and offline process, the selection process. Okay, where you can find the recent notification whenever that is being released by the IBPS. It will be reflected in their own website, that is www.ipbs.in. Okay, I hope the basics of this exam is clear to you now. Moving ahead, see, uh, in the month of January 2025, IPBS has come out with an advertisement for its tentative dates of for the upcoming, the its specialist officer examination. We all know that AFO is one such specialist officer cadre in the IPBS examination. So according to the advertisement that has been released by the IPBS AFO, IPBS, the preliminary examination for the specialist officer, that for IPBS also, IPBS AFO also, it will be in the month of November and the date will be 22nd at 23rd November. Okay, and the mains examination will be in the month of January and in the year 2026. So based on this information, we are now in the month of March end. So on an average, we have around 8 months for your prelims preparation and 10 months for your mains preparation, more or less. Okay, so this is regarding the important dates for your IPBS AFO 2025 examination. So guys, please note down these dates which will be important for your preparation and streamline your preparation in a better way. Okay, then coming to the important aspect, that is the eligibility criteria. The minimum age is 20 years and the maximum age is 30 years, and you have the relaxation, relaxation or reservation as per the government norms. Okay, now coming to the educational criteria, see, IPBS is very specific and it has also mentioned that it should be a 4-year degree program. Okay, it should be a 4-year degree program and graduation in agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, veterinary sciences, dairy science, fishery science, pisciculture, agri marketing, corporation. Okay, cooperation and banking, agroforestry, forestry, agricultural biotechnology or BTech biotechnology, food science, agriculture business management, food technology, dairy technology, agricultural engineering, sericulture and fisheries engineering. So it is very clear that you should hold a 4-year degree graduation in any of these following subjects. You should also note that no equivalent educational qualification shall be considered as eligible by IBPS or participating bank. This is very, very important. Why? Because you have to note that the criteria is very clear. Only students who have degree from these particular, you know, education background, they can apply for the examination. No equivalent degree to this, the courses that has been mentioned is applicable, is considered. Okay, I hope this educational criteria, the age criteria, everything is clear. Moving ahead, this is a very basic thing which we should know, that the application charges, that it will be 175 inclusive of GST for SEST PWD candidate and 850 for others. Okay. Next, coming to the most important part, that is the exam pattern. As we already discussed, the exam spans into 3 stages: preliminary, mains and interview. In preliminary examination, you have 3 topics, that is English language, reasoning and quantitative aptitude, which is simply put together as QRE. So what will be the number of questions from each paper? It will be 50, 50, 50. But see the mark distribution, it will be 25, 50 and 50. Okay, the medium of examination is English for English, and it is bilingual for quants and reasoning. So what is the time, total given time? It is 40 minutes for each paper. So totally it sums up to 2 hours. So the number of questions is 150. The maximum mark for put together, QRE put together, is 125, and the total examination time is 2 hours. This is very, very important. And you have to keep in mind that the cutoff for this particular paper will be of 2 types. One will be the general cutoff and one will be the sectional cutoff. So for a candidate who has to clear his or her preliminary paper, he or she should clear both the general cutoff and the sectional cutoff. Okay, and cutoff that will be decided by the board each and every year based on the number of vacancies available and based on the candidates who are going to appear for the examination. Okay, I hope this exam pattern for preliminary exam is clear to you now. Now coming to the main examination, that is your mains examination, where the qualified candidates of prelims will come to this mains examination. Here it is about the professional knowledge. What is about the professional knowledge here? It is a specialized questions related to many topics from agriculture and allied sectors of agriculture. For example, agriculture, agronomy, farm practices, animal husbandry, fisheries, agricultural economics, rural development, genetics, plant breeding, pathology, physiology, entomology, and it also includes your current affairs, both schemes and current activities that is happening in and around areas related to agriculture and other allied sectors of agriculture. So the total number of questions for this professional knowledge paper will be 60 questions and maximum marks will be of 60 marks. And again, the medium of exam here is bilingual, that is English and Hindi, and total composite time for this paper is 45 minutes. Okay, I hope the mains exam pattern is also clear to you now. And we all know that there is a penalty for wrong answers. Okay, as per the notification by the IBPS, this notification for the past year, I have taken a screenshot. See, they have clearly mentioned that 1/4 or 0.25 marks assigned to that question will be deducted as penalty to arrive at the current score. Okay, so 1/4 of the mark will be deducted if a candidate is giving a wrong answer. But if the question is left blank, no that is no answer that is being marked by the candidate, there will be no penalty for that question. I hope this penalty criteria is also crystal clear to you. Moving ahead, see, this is the third stage where the mains cleared students will come to the interview. You have to note an important point that the marks that is being obtained in the mains only will be taken for your final the calculation of marks. Okay, now coming to this particular interview, see, it is for 100 marks, and as we all know that we have discussed earlier also that it will be a face to face interview, that is an offline interview, and they have given a minimum qualifying marks also, that it should not be less than 40% and it should not be less than 35 percentage for SC, ST, OBC, PWD, PWBD candidates. Okay, so it is for other, it should be not less than 45% and 40%, sorry, and for the rest of the candidates mentioned here, it should be not less than 35 percentage. And as I already told you that the weightage on the weightage ratio of online mains examination and interview will be 80:20. That is, I have already said you that the mains examination and interview examination marks only will be taken into account for the final selection list. Okay, so for example, I will tell you how to calculate this 80:20 ratio respectively. Okay, see, for example, if a candidate is scoring 40 marks out of 60 in your mains, that is your mains examination, the professional paper. So how to calculate this? So it will be 40 into 80/60. Okay, so we arrive at a number of around 53. Okay, 53.33. Okay, then for interview, this is for your mains mark. Okay, then for interview, if a candidate is scoring 70 marks, okay, how to calculate this? So 70 into 20 by the total marks will be 100. So it will come to 14. Okay, 14 marks. So summing up this, it will come to around 67.333. Okay, so the final mark of a candidate will be 67.33. So based on that year cutoff, based on the vacancies, the student's mark will be taken into consideration, and those who clear the cutoff will be selected to the post of AFO. I hope this is also clear to you. The calculation is clear to you, and how interview marks, or the total marks allotted for interview is clear. Okay. Next, we have discussed about this related to the interview process, everything. Once the candidate clears the interview process and he or she is into the final list, there will be a probation period for 2 years. That we all know that the probation period will be 2 years. And this is subjected to the bank. The bank can either increase it also. That depends on the bank he or she is going to join. Okay. Now coming to the specific detail, that is the duty of AFO. We all know that a AFO is a field work. So what are the duties that are included for agriculture field officer? The first and foremost is the promoting of agricultural loans. Okay, both short term and long term goals. Second will be your field inspection for the dispersed loans. So whatever loans that is being dispersed to the farmer, we have to go to the field inspection. Why an AFO has to go to the field inspection in particular? Because the AFO has to check whether the loan diversion of loan has taken place, or if at all in any case a farmer is not able to repay the loan. So what are the problems the defaulters are facing which lead to non-payment of loans, and he will recommend some solutions to make those problems clear and make them repay the loan. And second is processing of new loan application. This is very important, because the AFO is the first officer to go and inspect the field, and based on all the checks he is going to do in the field, the paper, everything, he will then come to the bank and he will start initiating the process of loan. Once he initiates and all the paperwork is done, the branch manager will approve the loan for that particular thing. So AFO will be the first point of contact if a farmer wants to take a loan. Okay, then the important aspect apart from this loan activity is that implementation of government schemes, because see, we have many schemes released by both union government and state governments. So based on that, the AFO will be the one who will be doing the extension services also, and he will help the farmer access to all the government schemes, subsidies and insurance for crops if there is any natural calamities or other adversities. Okay, then coming to the next important point, that coordination with NABARD and RRB. Why? Because for the fund distribution and rural development, because we know NABARD focuses on rural development and RRB also regional rural banks, we know. So the funds that is being dispersed by the NABARD and RRB, that will be actually taken to the farmers through this AFO only. And one important criteria is that in some cases the AFO will be allotted 2 or 3 branches in or her circle. Okay, for example, if a branch, if a particular X bank has three branches, okay, and sometimes what happens, this AFO, a person who is the AFO for a particular branch, he will also oversee the other 2 to 3 branches in that circle. Okay, the allowances is given separately for that kind of work. Okay, this is related to the duties of AFO. I hope the duties are clear to you now. Now coming to the important aspect, the career growth, because people who are going to, the candidates who are going to attempt this exam might have this thing in the mind. Okay, we are going to join as a scale 1 officer. So what will be the next level of promotion, or what will be the next level of post when I am going to join as a agriculture field officer? So first will be your scale 1, that is the agriculture field officer. That is your entry level position. Okay, that is an entry level position which you will be exposed to the rural banking and agricultural finance. Okay, the step 2, after gaining all the experiences from the scale 1 officer, you will be promoted as the scale 2 officer, that is the manager agricultural officer. So here what you will do, you will have a team of AFO and you will be overseeing the work of the AFO, and you will have a quite larger loan portfolios. Okay, then comes your scale 3, that is the senior manager for the rural development. Here the responsibilities will be high. Here you will be included in the policy formulation and high value loan approvals. Policy formulation in the sense how a loan can be dispersed, and what are the criteria we can include to make the loan process easy, and what in case of default, what should be the recovery action, everything. So they can move to senior management roles within bank or transition to roles like rural development officer, credit analysis and regional managers. This is purely based on your performance. Okay, so the career growth we have seen about the duties and responsibilities of AFO also. So what takes it to become a successful AFO? You should have a good analytical skills, you should have a practical knowledge of what that is happening in and around the sector which you are going to work, and you should also have the problem solving ability. Why problem solving ability? Because we know agriculture is actually based on different criteria, so it will change based on weather also. Weather is also one of the criteria, transport will also be one of the criteria. So in this area, if any glitch happen in any of these area, you should be able to be in a position to solve that problem and how to avert that situation also in future. Okay, I hope the duties and the career growth is clear to you. Coming to the salary structure, see, it pays a, for a scale 1 officer, it pays a very, this is a basic pay. Okay, this pays a very good basic pay of decent amount of around 37,000, and scale 2 scale 3, these are the basic pay. Apart from this, you have allowances also, dearness allowance, house rent allowance, travel allowance, medical insurance and special allowances. And if you are going to see 2 to 3 branches in your circle, you will get this special allowances according to the rate of that particular bank. Okay, so it is a decent salary, it is a very good post. You will be included in the development of the rural areas and agricultural finance in particular. Then We have seen about the exam pattern. We have also seen about the duties, career growth and the salary structure of an AFO. Now we will dive into the most important aspect, that is the cutoff analysis. Okay, this is your IBPS AFO prelims cutoff. We have here 4 years of analysis. Okay, we have 4 years of analysis here, and you could see that the cutoff for the unreserved category OBC, EWS, SC and STs are more or less same. There are no difference, but you could see a pattern of the cutoff differences. See, 27.25 in 2021 2022, but it has been dipped of around 4 marks in 2022 2023. But see, there is around how many, 20, around 20 marks difference from 2022 to 2023 to 2023 to 2024. But in 2024 it reached an all-time high of 51 marks. 125 out of 125, the 51 marks. See, this 51 marks, this is the general cutoff, but you have sectional cutoff also, that differs to paper. For English, quants and reasoning, you have separate sectional cutoff. Okay, so you could see that out of this 125 marks, the cutoff is 51. You could see the change in pattern, how the exam is becoming tough. Why? Because many candidates wants to be an AFO officer because of its promising roles and responsibility that it is going to provide. So the preparation for mains, prelims, mains and interview should be made in such a way that we ace this preparation, we ace this exam with the clear approach. Okay, this is about your prelims cutoff. Now coming to the mains cutoff. See, the mains cutoff, you could see the slight difference only. Okay, but see here, there is a around 1.5 marks increase, here just a decrease of 0.5 marks. Okay, 0.25 marks. See, more or less you could see a common pattern. See, for UR, OBC, unreserved, OBC and EWS, the cutoff is around 29, that is for 60 marks. And for the SC, ST, and it is around 27.75. You see, only a marginal difference. And also you could see for the in the here also you could see there is only a marginal difference in the cutoff range. Okay, so the preparation has to be made in such a way you get a good mark in the mains examination. Why? Because only the mains examination and your interview will be taken for your final selection. One important thing is that 80% of mains mark is considered for your interview, the final selection. So this 23.25 is just the cutoff mark, but for acquiring the surface, for acquiring that position of AFO to get selected, you should at least aim for 35 to 40 marks in the paper, so that your interview preparation, though sometimes if you are not performing well in the interview, this will help you to clear the examination. Okay, so our target should be 35 to 40, and sometimes it can be more than 40 also, to make your interview process smooth. Okay, coming to the next, that is the final cutoff. See, final cutoff, this is, we know, for this has been converted to 100. So for 2023 2024, for unreserved it is 66.77, it is 65.33 for OBC, 64.33 for EWS, and 58.27 for SC category, and 54.53 for ST category. And here also we could see that the range of cutoff. Okay, so what do you think, that if you want to clear an AFO examination, you should have an integrated approach. Okay, we have seen with this analysis, we have also seen that the prelims is getting little tougher. We could see from the cutoff analysis. The mains and interview, mains will play a major role in your final selection. Why? Because it carries 80 percentage. When we are converting the mains and interview marks, the mains mark is taken, 80 percentage of mains mark is taken into consideration. Why? Because the AFO needs the knowledge, the professional knowledge about the examination. That is why 80 percentage of marks is given to the mains. So you have to streamline your mains preparation at any cost, both prelims and mains. And also interview also you have to focus, but prelims is very important for you to get into mains, and mains marks actually will be a game changer in your final AFO cutoff. I hope this distinction and how important each stage of the exam is clear to you. See, we have discussed everything about AFO till now. Now we will look into the preparation strategy related to the AFO based on the cutoff analysis we have done just a minute before. Okay. So we all know that for basics we always follow this Arun Katyan and Nemraj Sunda book. But see, this is only for your basics. This will not serve the purpose for other aspects. Why? Because analyzing the PYQ, we could clearly see a change in pattern of exam. What change in pattern? Focus on conceptual clarity is very important. Keywords and scientific names are important, because in when one of the past year examination, a paragraph related to a particular tree has been given. Just they have just described that tree, and they are asking what this tree is, what the name of this tree. They did not give the common name, they have given the scientific name of the tree. The common name has not been given. So they have given the scientific name. And conceptual clarity, the language, the choice of words, the choice of words are being twisted in order to check the exact conceptual clarity of that particular candidate who is going to take the examination. So this exam requires more effort than just doing the basics. Okay. So see, what are the preparation strategy we can apply to this particular exam? University websites, the different universities website like ICAR, TNAU, many agriculture universities website, you can use that for your references and resources, because the data from that everywhere, you can take it and you can just list it down. Next, the language proficiency. As I was telling you, the concepts, the understandings of concept is very important when it comes to an AFO preparation. And current affairs, we could see clearly that there are current affairs based question also, especially based on the schemes. There are many questions, because we know that one of the roles of AFO is to do the extension services related to the government schemes, the crop insurance schemes, everything. Next, the keywords and scientific names. We have seen an example for that also. Then prelims cutoff. See, the QRE level is moderate to tough. The bank PO level. And we have seen the cutoff, the rise in cutoff also. So the QRE also becomes one of the important criteria to ace your prelims examination. Next, main strategy, that is out of your 60 marks. Okay, we have to incorporate all these points. You have to incorporate all these points so that you could score more than 40. Okay, then AFO pattern, we should the actual pattern, we should see the allocation of topics in each subject. For example, if you are going to take animal husbandry, we should clearly see what number of questions is being asked related to the breeding, related to the breeds, related to the diseases related to animal husbandry, diseases particularly related to cattle, particularly related to poultry. We should segregate that, so that will give you an idea on where the IBPS AFO panel is actually focusing upon. Okay, that is why the prioritization of PYQ becomes very, very important, because the weightage will actually guide your preparation. It will streamline your preparation in a right path. And subject focus. See, if you have analyzed the past 3 to 4 years of paper, you would clearly see that each year any one subject has given more weightage. So you might be requiring to focus on, we will not know which subject will have more weightage. Okay, so that kind of analysis we have to make, and we have to prepare our examination. So yes, I do understand that this process is little cumbersome, because you have to refer to many websites, many current affairs magazines, many materials, many notes, how to analyze PYQ, how to focus on subject also. So I can understand the cumbersome process that actually attached with the preparation. But I would also like to tell you that without an effort that is being put, we cannot achieve success. Okay. So for that to So, yes, coming to the final leg of this particular session, see, to make your preparation easy, whatever we have discussed in the previous slide, to make your preparation easy, we Clarity for Sure has come up with a dedicated test series for your IBPS AFO. The test series is 24/7 test series by Clarity. Why 24/7? Why 24/7 test series? Because we know that only a consistent candidate, only a student who is consistent, who is able to, streamline the preparation each and every day, will be able to achieve the goal. Keeping that in mind, we Clarity has come up with this particular test series where you will be solving the test, especially exclusively for your mains preparation every day, because we have seen that mains play a major role in clearing this examination. We are not going to dump you with any extra or unnecessary, you know materials. Rather, we are going to give you a quality MCQs every day, 30 quality MCQs every day, so that you will be practicing it daily, and you will be applying your knowledge in that, so that your mains examination will be easy. Why Clarity? Because see, we, as you all know, we have a very distinct record in NABARD A grade A, and now we are going to replicate that for our AFO examination. So what you get in this test series? See, all the topics for your professional knowledge has been divided into 6 blocks, where each block caters to a broader subject. So each day you will be having a test from that particular block, and on every Saturday you will have your current affairs that includes both current happenings and schemes. Why schemes? Because as we already discussed that one of the major duties or responsibilities of AFO is to provide extension services related to the government schemes related to the agriculture and agricultural finance. And what are the other blocks cater to? The other blocks cater to your animal husbandry and fisheries on Monday, agronomy, meteorology and soil science on Tuesday, genetics, plant breeding, plant pathology, plant physiology, plant entomology on Wednesday, horticulture and food sciences on Thursday, and agricultural engineering, agri extension, irrigation and agricultural economics on Friday. We don't stop there. We also give you a 60 questions of FLT that actually mimics your IBPS AFO mains actual examination. Okay, this is for your full length practice to apply whatever you have studied entire week, and apart from that, whatever pattern that IBPS AFO is following, you will have to solve that here, because when you bleed here more, you will bleed less in the war. So this is the practice where you have to put yourself here, so that you don't get surprised in your examination. We also provide QRE questions for your daily practice, for your weekly practice, that is 30 quality questions, because we have seen how the trend of prelims is changing, also how higher the cutoff is getting. Okay, so this is about this particular test series. If you are interested to join this meticulously crafted test series to ace your IPBS AFO upcoming examination, get yourself enrolled now. That is, the link of the enrollment will be given in the description box. So get yourself enrolled now to maximize your chances of becoming an AFO and make your dream come true. With practice, your dream will come true. Without practice, it is not possible. When you practice more, you can worry less. So practice more to get yourself trained for your actual examination. Okay, I hope the video was useful to you. The topics whichever we have talked related to the AFO, everything about AFO is clear to you. If you have any specific doubts or feedback related to the session we had, please drop down your comment in the suggestions in your comment box below. We will see to it and we will try to include that in our upcoming videos. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much for watching the video. Prepare well and all the very best for your examination. I will meet you with another video. Thank you.